Kiran, can you hear me? Hey Kiran, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Excited to meet you.
Yeah, same here. Um, so what do you do?
I'm a data analyst, and I'm currently going through a coding boot camp. Yes.
Oh, okay. So have you started working as a data analyst?
Yeah, I did. I quit my job as a data analyst to join the boot camp
Oh, okay. What what kind of boot camp are you doing?
now. It's App Academy.
Okay. Is that for a data engineer or?
No, it's a full stack. So I graduated from data analyst, from the data analyst nano degree in Udacity, and they opened the data engineering to those who graduated from data analyst. I
Okay.
completed the curriculum, completed all the projects, and that's how I became a mentor for data engineering.
Oh, got you. Got you.
What about you? Like, what do you expect to get from this program?
Um, so I've been doing automation for a while, QA automation,
All right.
and so I want to change. I think I'm bored with the QA stuff, so I wanted to start a data engineer as a data engineer. So
Awesome.
that's what I'm trying to get at. So in the Udacity, I looked at the material, watched some of those videos, and then now it's showing me that some of the project is due, past due. How do I reset that?
Um,
Does that impact my
no,
performance?
the due dates are sub deadlines. So that's a thing that I wanted to show you. So I put together for you a small learning plan. Let me open that for you. Okay. So this is your learning plan. Basically has your starting date and it has the content focus you should be working depending on the date. Um, but these projects due dates, these deadlines are sub deadlines. So nothing
Okay.
happens if you don't turn in by that date. It's just that it will take you longer to complete the program, and if it takes you longer, well, you'll pay more. That's basically it because you're paying like a monthly subscription.
Okay.
But yeah, so as you can see here, this has like the lesson that you have to work for the day, and then like you see like a big gap over here is because you're going to. This is for the project. This is for you to work on the project, and this is a suggested deadline.
Okay.
And so that's basically it in terms of the learning plan. I will share this with you after we finish
Okay.
our call. All right.
Okay. Okay.
And so today, for example, is November 9th. So November 9th is right here. And you started on October 8th, am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you should be working on cloud data warehouses right now, and you should
Okay.
already turn in both data model with Postgres and data model with Apache Cassandra. And I see here that, so where you currently at the program? How's your program going?
Snowflake schema.
Was that?
Snowflake schema?
Snowflake schema. Okay, so that's on the. Is that part of the first unit?
Let me see here.
I think it's data model with
It's a
Postgres.
lesson two relational data models.
Okay, so that's unit one. Yeah, right here. Lesson two, relational data models. Um, so this learning plan is considering you're spending about 2 hours per day working on the program.
Well,
Um,
I spend more than 2 hours a day. So, but I'm taking my time to understand the concepts,
right,
and then I also spent some time setting up the local environment.
right.
And
That can take a while, depending on
yeah, so
what machinery you use. Yeah.
I'm stuck on Cassandra. So I was able to set up the regular PostgreSQL
Right.
and current mapper. For some reason, Cassandra is somehow it's not connecting to the PostgreSQL.
Yeah, Cassandra is really difficult to set up. Like one of the other mentors basically just tell us a way of doing through a virtual machine, and that's the only way I could set it up. So it's definitely difficult. Let me ask around if I can get you some resources so you can set it up on your machine. What sort of OS are you using?
Mac.
You're using Mac? Okay, so let me
Yeah.
ask around to see if I can get any resources for you to run Cassandra
Okay.
locally.
Because I spent like a couple of days configuring on the local environment,
Right.
and then I just stopped. The reason I wanted to set it up in the local is that if I'm not online, I can still do the assignments. Another thing I noticed is that if there's a typo or anything like that, I can't access the PostgreSQL that Udacity offers, right? So sometimes it's easier for me to troubleshoot if I'm looking at the data in the PostgreSQL.
Right.
So it's just easier because I just came doing one of the exercise. I created the table, and then there was a typo. I think it was employee. I put 3 E's, and then I was getting a error when inserting. And then I finally found another search online to see the tables in the Jupyter, the column names, and that's how I figured out that it
It was
was
a
it was
typo, yeah.
just whereas then if I have access to the database, I can actually see whether the table was created or not.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. That makes sense. Yeah, and like and when you start working with AWS, I guess it will be easier since you just have to connect to the AWS. So like there, you only need to set up as many stuff on your local machine.
okay.
So I think that would be easier. But yeah, Cassandra is definitely the one that is more difficult to set up locally. What I would suggest you do is just like keep progressing. Maybe use the project workspace, and when you're done with the project, like and when you're like you can go back to spend time just setting it up locally, so that you keep progressing with the program. Like you don't end up paying more because you're taking longer to complete the program.
Yeah, no, so that's what I started doing. I said, forget it. I'm not gonna spend time figuring
Right.
out Cassandra. So
Right.
so that's what I've been doing.
All right. So
And
yeah.
so the Jupyter, so the previous company, I worked with the data engineers, and I never asked them, but I was pretty close to them. I never seen them using Jupyter. They always had data grip open, and that's where they were writing most of their queries. I mean, I don't know, maybe they were using Jupyter. So what is the Jupyter like? When do you use Jupyter?
So right now, you're just writing scripts. So the entire ETL you're writing it in a you can think of it like it's a .py file, and that's what it's connecting to the database.
So in a real project, I'm saying where do you use Jupyter Notebook? Like how would you on your day-to-day task? When do you use Jupyter?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't use it. Right now, you just use Jupyter just to have all your files like in the same workspace online. But like in the day to day, you can just have like the different files and folders and just run them through the terminal, depending on
Okay,
how you have that set up.
got
Um,
you.
like for program, yeah, project one, you basically had the create tables.py and you had the etl.py and you had a terminal right there. But like in your local computer, I guess you can have like your files and just run the etl. And once you start using AWS, you can use Airflow to automate that, and
Got
that's
you.
online. So like all the interface will be online, and you can connect it to your terminal as well.
Got you. So right now I see in this lesson one and lesson two, I see a lot of SQL, creating tables, inserting
Right.
data and all that sort of thing. Where does the Python come into the picture? Is that during the setting up the pipelines?
Yeah, basically, I mean, you will use Python here and there, like for the ETL mostly, like making
Gotcha.
the methods to call the different queries. That's basically the Python that you'll be using. And for in Cassandra, for example, you do have to write some Python lines to extract the CSV files, but yeah, that's basically all the Python that you need.
Okay. So Python is basically used for ETL. And
Right.
then in Python, what library do you use for the ETL? So Python primarily going to be used for connecting to the database, reading the CSV file, and inserting it into the data model that is used for
Right, calling the
analytic.
different files to create the tables, and those files would be written in SQL. So yes, basically Python will do like will send the orders to the different files where you have the SQL queries. So yeah, that's a good way to think of it, about it.
Okay.
And once you start working like with AWS, you can use Python to set up like your different services, AWS as well.
Okay. And then in terms of help, I see. I noticed that you're not on all the time, right? Like,
No, so basically, I don't have like a set schedule, but I check it every day. So if you drop
gotcha,
your question today, if I already logged in the morning, I mean, I get to it until the next day, but you can expect an answer from me like the next day. Absolutely.
gotcha. Okay.
So I
Because
check every day.
I posted on the channels that's there available, but
Right.
people don't really respond
No,
to.
not really. Like some mentors log into that channel and some students sometimes. But I guess like the best way to get help would be just to shoot me a message through our
Gotcha.
direct message. Yes.
Okay.
And based
Um,
on your progress, do you feel like we need to make any changes to your learning plan? Would you like to speed up your progress? Would you like to keep like a steady but sure progress? Like, what would you like to do here? Because right now it's November November 9th. So you should be already working on cloud data warehouses, especially if
uh-huh.
you're spending more than 2 hours a day on that. Um, and I do suggest you try to stick to this schedule as much as possible
Okay.
because it will save you money. And
Okay.
once you're done with the program, you will still have 1 year access to it. So like if you want to go back and like slowly like any content that you missed, like go over it again, you can do so for sure, but without having the pressure of, oh, I need to make the next payment.
Yeah, well, I thought I was not behind actually because I'm spending time on it, and yesterday I spent about I think 4 hours or so. Um,
Right.
so there was a time. So I when I registered for the class, I paid whatever 16 something, and
Okay.
then within 15 days, the price dropped $700.
Okay.
So I contacted customer service. They're looking into it, but I'm really disappointed that after 6 months or maybe a year, I understand the price changes, but within in 15, 20 days, the class
Right.
prices dropped to
Like
700.
I could just have waited a couple of weeks and then I would get like a price drop. Yeah, I get you, man.
So I'm really disappointed.
What did they say?
They said there's nothing we can do. You can retake the class. I was like, I already take the class, so why would I retake the class and get that price? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
Um,
If you already paid, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I asked that I'd like to speak to the manager or accounting team because I'm sure when you purchase product online, if there's a price difference within 30 days, they will be able to adjust the price.
Right.
And I came to Udacity through a friend recommendation.
Mhm.
I knew it was existed, but I'm pretty disappointed that they're playing this.
Right.
Uh,
Um, I mean, my I don't have like a say on that.
no, I get that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but if you share with me your customer ticket, I can share that with my boss, and he might have like a bigger say in that. So feel
Okay,
free to do that. Share your
okay,
or you can share the email with me, or you can share the ticket from support, and we can
okay.
see what we can do about that. I mean, I don't make
Oh,
any promises because I don't have a say
yeah,
in
no, no,
that.
no.
But
I'm just bringing this up to you as like my disappointment.
I understand.
And I know it's a different department, so you got nothing to do with it. So I totally understand that. But I appreciate. Yeah, I'll forward that to you.
Yeah, for sure, do so.
And yeah, I mean, uh, I went through the route of a firm. You know, they finance, right?
Okay, cool.
If I had a charge on my credit card, I would have disputed this charge.
Right.
You know, but I also contacted a firm, and they're saying they need to refund and all that stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it's pretty. I mean, I wouldn't recommend, you know, Udacity, because that's just shady. I mean, as I said, if it was after 6 months or a year, I understand, you know, things, business model change, and
Right,
you
but
know,
after
but within in 15
yeah,
days, I mean, you know, that's just ridiculous.
yeah, I
You know.
understand. I understand. Yeah, and yeah, sorry
So
that happened to you.
yeah.
All
Uh,
right. So do you feel like there are any changes we should do with this learning plan? Because
I mean, if I'm already behind, I mean, you know, I'll try my best to catch up.
right,
But 2 hours a day, I mean, you know, I mean, everybody's style is different when it comes to learning, right?
right,
So, I mean, I can go through it, but then, you know, a lot of the stuff I might be missing, you know, in terms of
right.
understanding it. So,
Yeah, I think like the main
I
thing
would
would be
rather
to
understand.
yeah. Go ahead. Well,
The main thing is that I'll, you know, I understand the subject content, and then, you know, go that route. So, but yeah, I will try to stick with this. I might be able to catch up, so I'll spend a little more time.
I'm pretty sure
Uh,
you will. I would suggest just try to spend the majority of your time on the projects. So like I will watch the videos, try to take some notes, but jump on the projects as soon as possible because that's where the learning happens.
gotcha.
And like if you're already working on the project and you need to watch a video again, do so. But you're already on the project, so you know like the application, how it's going to work, like how to apply that knowledge. So that would be my advice. Just to
Okay.
make
It would be nice, like if there was a file where you can actually see the code from the previous, like from the lectures and stuff. So I have a point of reference. Right now, there isn't anything like that. You have to go through the video again.
yeah, you
Uh,
do.
so if there was a, I've seen on other websites where you can download the transcript, and which has the code samples and everything in there.
Right.
Uh,
I think like the most you can do, and this doesn't apply to all of the projects, to all of the exercise, but to some exercise it does apply. So let me show it to you. So what you do is once you are in the, let's say for example here and in this lesson, where I think you are. So here at exercise 2, you have your project workspace, and that's based on Jupyter. And once it loads, I can show it to you. So if you click on the Jupyter logo,
mhm.
like you have access to all the different code that the teacher has used or that you have
Okay.
written. So that might be helpful. It doesn't apply to all the exercises, but to
Okay.
some it does. So for example, right here I have all the demos for exercise 3. So that might be helpful,
Gotcha.
and you can
Okay.
download this.
Okay. Okay. So once you're in it, just click on the Jupyter icon, and then it will take me to
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
Okay. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And the other thing that I wanted to mention was that you do have access to this briefcase, which is a career portal. I suggest you take a look at that. It has some cool resources and like LinkedIn reviews, resume reviews, and that sort of stuff. So that is helpful as well. And here on your left tab, you have extracurriculars. So you have a course on Python, a SQL for data analysis, command line essentials, and Git and GitHub. So these are like basic courses, but if you feel you're struggling with certain concepts, you do have access to this. These are
Okay.
not required for you to graduate, so think this more as a menu. Like if you're struggling
Okay.
with a certain concept, you can look at it here and just like watch the videos, take some notes, and go back to the main course.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Karen?
No, that's it, I think. So yeah, I'll try to keep up with the schedule, and so then once I'm done with this, in terms of job opportunities, does Udacity help with the recruitment?
It provides these resources, and you have some projects that will get you ready. So
Okay.
you will have like a rubric to work on your GitHub, to work on your LinkedIn, to work on your pitch, to work on your resume, and you will have to submit those, and they will be graded, and you will get some feedback to work on that.
Gotcha.
There's
Okay.
also a job search tool that lists like
Okay.
several jobs, um, and you can, I think you can have like a talk with a career counselor, but
Okay.
that's basically it.
Okay. Okay. I mean,
Awesome.
I have contacts in the industry, so I'll probably go through. I have friends who are data engineers,
Oh,
and
that was super helpful for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Karen, it was great meeting you.
Yeah,
Let
same
me
here.
know if I can help you with anything. Student Hub, it's the best way to contact me. I check this
Okay.
every day, and I'll send the learning plan as soon as we finish our call.
Okay, sounds good, and I'll forward you
Yeah, the
the
customer ticket.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'll do that.
Karen,
Okay,
have a great weekend.
you too. Thanks. Bye.